You are losing to yourself every single day, not because you are weak, but because you let negative thoughts take the wheel. You wake up already tired. You grab your phone and already feel defeated. Comparison, anxiety, self-doubt. You tell yourself, I will do it later, and then spend the entire day being dragged around like a shadow. You are not weak, you just have not mastered your own mind yet. Here's the harsh truth. The world does not decide whether you are at peace or in chaos. Your reaction does. The same event happens. One person breaks, another person grows. The difference lies in inner discipline. If you keep feeding negative thoughts, they will consume your energy, your focus, and your self-respect. But if you change how your mind operates, life will immediately respond differently. In this video is your initiation, right? The ritual to unlock a more disciplined, calm, and unshakable version of yourself. The 7 brutal Stoic laws will cut off the fuel that feeds negativity and reprogram the way you see, think, and act. No hype, no illusion, just focused effort repeated long enough, and your trajectory will change. But listen, this is not something to play in the background for fun. This is a mirror held straight to the part of you that you keep avoiding. If you want to keep living by excuses, stop here. If you are ready to take responsibility, keep going. I will speak directly, briefly, and precisely. You may not like what you hear, but you need to hear it. And when you finish listening, you will act. Take a deep breath. Straighten your back. Put your phone away. From this moment on, you and I will train the mind as if we were forging steel, heated, hammered, and shaped. Discipline replaces motivation, practice replaces waiting, responsibility replaces blame. You do not need anyone to save you, you save yourself. If you are still here, you are already different from most people. No, but let's begin. Here's my promise. By the end of this introduction, you will know exactly what has been pulling you down and exactly what to do in the next 60 minutes. No complicated theories, no fancy terms, just proven principles turned into immediate action. If you agree, say it in your mind, I am ready. Now, let's go straight into the strategy. Part 2. Take back control of your mind. You have heard countless times that you should think positive, but every morning negative thoughts appear before you even open your eyes. You know you need to change, yet your brain still runs on old programming. Finding flaws, predicting risks, questioning your worth, that is not your fault. That is how the brain evolved to survive. It sees danger everywhere, even when no danger exists. It traps you inside a false safe zone just to avoid pain. The result? You live in a pain far greater, the pain of stagnation and disappointment in yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You cannot control what happens outside, but you can completely control your mind." That is not an empty quote. It is a reminder that real power lies within you, not in your circumstances, not in anyone else's hands. Epictetus echoed the same truth. It is not the things themselves that disturb you, but the way you view them. Two men from two eras pointing to the same thing. Your mind determines your experience of life. Modern neuroscience proves it through neuroplasticity. Your brain is not fixed. It changes with what you repeat. If you keep repeating fear, your brain strengthens fear. If you repeat confidence in action, your brain strengthens self-control. You are building yourself every single day. The real question is, are you building the person you want to become, or just rebuilding the weaker version of yesterday? What keeps you stuck is not lack of knowledge. It is lack of decision. Not lack of motivation, but lack of discipline. You know this is true. You have set goals and quit halfway. You have said, I will start tomorrow, and never did. You have promised to do better, only to wake up trapped in the same loop, worrying about the future, regretting the past, and avoiding the present. Look back at the past 3 months. How many plans have you let die in your head? How many times have you known you should act, but scrolled your screen instead just to escape? How many days have you felt like you were living a life you never actually chose? If the answer is more than once, then your mind is controlling you, not the other way around. But here is the good news. One right decision at the right time can change everything. Stoicism does not teach you to just feel better. It teaches you to be stronger, not through pretty words, but through disciplined action, by facing truth instead of running from it, by controlling yourself instead of trying to control the world, by shifting the center of gravity back inside you right now. You do not need to be perfect, you just need to take responsibility. Stop blaming circumstances, stop saying you are not ready. Stop magnifying fear. You do not need to know the entire road ahead, just the first step. Take back command of your mind. That is why you are here. You're not watching this by accident. You are at the exact moment when the old part of you is too tired to keep dragging weakness around, and the stronger part of you is waking up. That part wants you to stand tall and say, I am not living the same way anymore. In the next few minutes, you will know exactly what to do. You will learn 7 clear laws to handle every type of negative thought that sabotages you daily. Each law is an action you can take immediately. No vagueness, no fluff. Every time you apply one, you are rewiring your mind. You are building the steadfast version of yourself you have always known you could become. If you are still here, you have already taken the first step, facing yourself. And that is something most people will never do. Now you are ready to move forward. Let's go into the first law. Law 1. Emotions are signals, not truth. You wake up and feel awful. You have not done anything wrong, but the feeling of failure is already there before you even get out of bed. One unanswered message makes you think someone dislikes you. One small criticism convinces you that you are not good enough. One mistake makes you label yourself as worthless. That is how the old mind works. It takes a signal and turns it into a story. It takes a moment and turns it into an identity. It takes a feeling and turns it into destiny. If you believe every emotion that appears, you will live your entire life trapped in your own mental cage. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind will be calm if you stop allowing useless judgments to disturb it." Emotions come from the judgment in your head, not from the events outside. You feel disrespected, not because someone looked at you, but because you interpreted that look negatively. You feel hurt, not because someone stayed silent, but because you believed that silence meant you do not matter. Emotions attach themselves to the stories you tell, and you start believing those stories as if they were facts. But truth does not live inside emotions. Truth lives in the action you choose when emotions appear. There will be days you feel useless. That does not make you useless. Times you feel afraid. That does not make you a coward. Moments you feel disappointed in yourself. That does not mean you are a failure. Emotions come and go. You are defined by what you decide to do when those emotions pull you down. You can be scared and still move forward. You can be sad and still do what is right. That is strength. That is the maturity of a warrior. Think about it. How many great days have you ruined because of just a few bad minutes? How many opportunities have you missed because your emotions told you that you are not enough? How many relationships have cracked because you reacted to emotions instead of reality? This is the battle you face daily, not against the world, but against the stories inside your head. If you cannot see that emotions are only signals, you will mistake every signal for a command, and when that happens, you lose control of your life. Emotions are like weather, changing fast, unreliable for big decisions. It can rain for a week, but that does not make the whole year a rainy season. Negative emotions may last a few days, but that does not mean your life is a disaster. Do not use the statistics of a moment to define your life. Do not let your current state decide your permanent worth. One wave cannot define the ocean. Neuroscience tells us that when emotions rise, the amygdala takes over, pushing logic to the back seat. In that moment, you are not thinking, you are reacting. You mistake temporary feelings for absolute truth. But the moment you recognize what is happening, you regain control. One deep breath, one pause. That is enough to put reason back in the driver's seat. Stoicism teaches you that observe your emotions instead of becoming their victim. Next time negative emotion hits, do not ask, why am I like this? Ask, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Maybe it is warning you to prepare better. Maybe it is reminding you to fix a mistake. Maybe it is just an old pattern replaying itself. Emotions are messages meant to help you understand yourself, not chains meant to hold you down. Some people spend their entire lives chasing emotions only to end up nowhere. Others learn to pause, look directly at the emotion, and act from values, not impulses. The first group lives like a leaf in a storm. The second, like the captain of their own ship. Which one do you want to be? Here's a real example. You have an important presentation, and your heart starts racing, your hands tremble, your mind fills with worst-case scenarios. If you believe that emotion is truth, you say, "I cannot do this," and you quit. But if you see it as a signal that this moment matters to you, that your body is gearing up to help you focus, you step up and deliver. Same feeling, two different results. The choice is yours, not your emotions. Stoicism does not ask you to kill emotions. It teaches you not to let emotions kill you. You can be sad, you can be scared, you can be disappointed, but you do not let emotions drive your life. You drive. You keep walking even when your heart shakes. And when you make it through, emotions will have no choice but to follow your lead. Here is your practice. Every time a negative emotion appears, say in your mind, "This is a signal, not the truth." Then ask, "What is the right action right now?" Those two sentences can change the direction of your entire day, maybe even your entire life. The fact that you are still here listening is proof that you are ready to stop being devoured by emotions. You are entering a new stage, the stage of inner mastery. Remind yourself, "I am not what I feel. I am what I choose to do when I feel it." If you understand this law, you have already taken the most crucial step, because every negative thought begins with an unchecked emotion. When you cut the root, the remaining fears have nowhere left to grow. You are ready to rewrite your life with new choices, not letting emotions define you, not letting moments decide your worth, not letting old stories take the throne. From today on, face emotions like a commander, not a servant. Micro action. When a negative emotion appears, write one sentence, "I am feeling, but that is not me." Then act according to what is right, not what is easy. Repeat for 7 days. You will see a clear difference in how you face life. Question for you: will you dare to do what is right, even when your emotions tell you to give up? If you are ready to rise and take command of your mind, comment below, "I am not my emotions." Law 2. Anxiety is the liar in your head. You can hesitate, you can doubt, but you still move. That is real strength. It is not about feeling brave. It is about acting like a brave person, exactly when you're afraid. Next time anxiety shows up, do not ask, "What if everything goes wrong?" Ask, "What if everything gets better?" That thought is not there to make you delusional. It is there to remind you that the future holds far more possibilities than your fear wants you to see. You do not need to believe that everything will be perfect. You only need to believe that you have the right to try. Now practice this. When anxiety attacks, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, then tell yourself only action decides the outcome. Do not let the fear of a future that has not happened ruin the present right in front of you. If you must fail, fail while acting, not while imagining. You were not born to drift through life with a brain that tells you horror stories. You were born to write the story with your actions. The future is not a film that has already played. It is being filmed right now, and you are in front of the camera every day. All you need to do is choose a new script and perform it. If you want proof that anxiety has controlled you for far too long, then start acting while your hands are still shaking. No one is waiting for you to stop being afraid before letting you succeed. No one hands out medals to people who sit still and imagine enemies. Only those who dare to step forward unlock the door in front of them. Micro action. Choose one thing you are delaying because of anxiety and do it today. One phone call, one email, one first step. When you finish, you will see that the enemy was never as big as the shadow in your mind. Question for you: will you dare to live instead of only fearing life? If you are ready to stop letting anxiety define every choice, comment, "I face reality, not illusions." Law 3. You do not control the world, you only control your response. You have snapped because someone was disrespectful. You have felt an entire day ruined by one negative comment. You have collapsed because a plan did not go your way, and you believe the cause lived in other people, in circumstances, in the world out there. But here's the truth: what exhausts you is not what happens to you, it is how you respond. Epictetus said, "The sentence that has changed countless lives, we are disturbed not by events, but by our judgments about them." When you put your life in other people's hands, your emotions end up there too. When you let circumstances decide your state, you surrender your power. Every time you rage because of someone else, you are telling them, "You control me." Every time you let something small ruin your day, you are admitting, "I do not control my life." Look honestly at yourself. How many times have you wasted energy complaining instead of acting? How many times have you been angry about traffic, rain, or people not doing what you expect? You cannot control the weather, but you can control your attitude. You cannot force anyone to be kind to you, but you can decide who you will be when they are not. That is the difference between a reactor and a commander. When you aim your life outward, you will always feel unstable. The world will not obey you. People do not live to make you happy. Life was not designed to be convenient for you. If you demand that everything go your way in order to be happy, you will never know real happiness. But if you learn to be calm about what is outside your control, you free yourself from unnecessary weight. Here's a familiar example. You plan to train in the morning, but it starts to rain. The person who is easily controlled says, "Fine, I will skip today." The person in command says, "I do not control the weather, but I do control my action." Then they train at home or run in the rain if needed. Another example, someone insults you. The weak respond instantly with anger because they let outside forces drive their emotions. The strong hold steady, observe the surge, and choose a response. It is not silence out of fear. It is silence because they refuse to be pulled down. When you understand the boundary of control, you stop bleeding energy on the useless. You stop complaining. You stop blaming. You stop feeling inferior over what lies beyond your reach. Instead, you focus on the one assignment fate gave you. Manage yourself, your actions, your thoughts, your responses. These belong to you completely and only to you, and you alone are responsible for them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Within you is the power to withstand anything that happens. If you only react when something irritates you, you are being controlled. If you choose your response based on your values and goals, you are in control. Others may shout at you, but you choose composure. Circumstances may oppose you, but you choose to advance. Life may be unfair, but you choose not to break. That is real freedom." Look at truly successful people. They are not the ones who always get lucky. They are the ones who stay steady and risk. When something bad happens, they do not ask, "Why me?" They ask, "How will I respond to turn this into strength?" They do not pause to complain. They act. They move, they build inner power with every test. You cannot control whether someone loves you or leaves. You can control how you love and respect yourself. You cannot avoid every failure. You can control whether you stand back up. You cannot stop life from throwing stones. You can control how you use them to build a wall that traps you or a bridge that carries you across. In the heat of provocation, remember you have the right to choose silence to keep your dignity. In failure, remember you have the right to rise and rewrite the story. When others doubt you, remember you have the right to believe in yourself, even if you are the only one who does. A Stoic warrior does not pray for an easy life. They pray for stronger shoulders. They do not beg the storm to stop, but they become unshakable in the wind. Because they are strong within, the storm cannot topple them. Now practice a small move that will change your entire mindset. When something unpleasant happens, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, put it down. If the answer is yes, act immediately without hesitation. One simple question can clear the clutter that has been weighing you down. Every time you choose the right response instead of an emotional reaction, you forge another plate of armor against the chaos of the world. Every time you focus on what you control, you strengthen the foundation of your future. You cannot stop life from slapping you, but you can learn to stand tall after each hit. Stand tall long enough, and life will learn that you are not easy to knock down. Micro action: draw 2 columns on paper. 1, I control this. 2, I do not control this. Whenever your mind feels tangled, look at the list and act only from the first column. Repeat until it becomes a habit. Question for you, will you keep letting the world control you, or will you master your response and take back your life? If you are ready to stop blaming and start controlling what you can, comment, I focus on what I control. Law 4. Comparison steals. Your self-respect. You open social media and instantly see people younger than you who seem more successful, richer, happier. They travel everywhere, smile wide, have dream jobs, perfect bodies. And you look at yourself and see what you lack. Suddenly, your efforts feel meaningless. You stop looking at the path you have walked and stare only at what others display. You lose the battle in your mind before the day even starts. Theodore Roosevelt said a timeless truth. Comparison is the thief of joy, but it does not only steal joy, it steals self-respect. It steals your patience with yourself. It steals your ability to enjoy the journey. Reality is this. You do not know how many years it took them to capture that one perfect picture. You do not know what they sacrificed before the spotlight. You see the highlight reel, then judge your life by that thin shadow. Stoicism teaches you to focus on what you control. Comparison drags your eyes outward toward a place where you have no command. It says, you must be like them, but it never shows you what they paid. It says, you are falling behind, but it ignores that every person has a different route. It pushes you into a race you never signed up for, and you will always lose because someone will always be ahead of you at something. Be honest. How many times has your life felt worse just because you saw someone else win? You do not hate them. You hate the feeling that you have not achieved the same. But that feeling is not fuel. It is a chain. You start doing things just to prove you are not inferior instead of proving you are advancing toward a better you. The real danger of comparison is not that you lose to someone. It is that you forget who you are. You abandon your personal goals. You press other people's standards onto your life. You want what they have without asking whether it was ever meant for you. You miss your unique gifts because your eyes are glued to someone else's success. Picture a distance runner who keeps looking sideways every few steps. They lose rhythm, lose breath, lose focus, and fall. That is you when you compare. Every glance to the side drains inner power. The longer you look, the more you miss your own steps. While you wonder why others are better, they keep running. You keep getting left behind, not because you were less, but because you were not watching your lane. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Focus on the task at hand. That is the strongest antidote to comparison. You do not need to know who is moving faster. You need to know that you move forward from yesterday. You do not need to beat others to have value. You need to beat the weaker version of yourself from the day before. That is the only battle worth fighting. Life is not a leaderboard. No one hands a medal to the person who lives the most like everyone else. Results go to the most consistent, the one who does the work day after day, whether or not anyone is watching." The clear-eyed understand that true victory happens inside. In every moment you resist the urge to quit. In every quiet hour you work without applause. A real-world example. You commit to the gym to get healthier, but you see someone more muscular and you quit. You did not lose to them. You lost because you forgot why you started. You began to become stronger than yourself, not stronger than them. Another example, you are building a new skill, but others progress faster. You get angry at your pace. You do not know how long they have trained or where they started. Comparison makes you miss your real progress. Maybe slow, but still forward. Here is the truth. You cannot walk another person's road, and no one can walk yours. You were born with a mission only you can complete. If you quit because others move faster, you will never discover the great thing waiting ahead. Stoicism brings you back inside. Are you better than yesterday? Are you loyal to your values? Are you acting in line with the goals you chose? If yes, you are already winning, even if no one knows, even if no one claps. A Stoic warrior does not look left or right. Eyes forward. Every small step is a declaration. I am building myself by my plan, not by anyone else's expectations. Now practice. Pause comparison for 24 hours. Focus on finishing your own tasks. If you catch yourself comparing, remind yourself that is not my lane and return to the work in front of you. One day is enough to feel freedom return. Question for you. Do you want to be a copy of thousands or the one version of you that cannot be replaced? If you are ready to stop looking at others and start looking at yourself, comment, "My progress is my only rival." Law 5. You are what you repeat. Every day you have set massive goals. You have written plans to change your life. You felt fired up after a motivational video, then a few days later, everything returned to normal. The goal stayed on paper, the habits stayed the same. You blamed your lack of discipline, but the problem is not a lack of will. The problem is that you are relying on feelings to act. Feelings change by the hour. Habits build a life. One day you feel inspired and you train for an hour. The next day you are tired and you skip. Result, you go nowhere. If you only work when you feel like it, you will live at the mercy of moods. And moods rarely lead you to glory. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. The great are not great because they did many things once. They are great because they did one right thing many times. Habits are the pen writing your life. Every small action repeated daily, quietly defines you. Look at the tiny moments of your day. Do you hit snooze or stand up? Do you grab the phone to scroll or lock in on the most important task? Do you indulge the feeling of fatigue or finish the workout you promised yourself? Those small choices are building two different versions of you, one strong, one stagnant. Some think little things do not matter. Every great result is built from little things repeated. You cannot write a book in a day. You can write a page a day. In a year, you have a book. You cannot get your dream body after one workout, train 5 times a week, and in a year, you will not recognize yourself. Repetition turns small into big. Reality check. You did not wreck your nutrition once. You did it many times. You did not procrastinate for one day. You did it on too many days. You do not skip reading because you hate learning. You choose what is easier in each tiny moment. The road to mediocrity is not built with giant mistakes. It is paved with thousands of small, wrong choices. The road to strength is not built by one epic moment. It is built by tiny efforts repeated in silence. No one sees you push through every evening. No one knows you are wrestling the laziness in your head. No one claps when you finish a single page, but that is exactly where strength is forged. Stoicism tells you, do not wait for inspiration. Act first. Inspiration follows. When you act, you send yourself a message. I am someone I can trust. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are strong. Every time you break it, you tell yourself you are weak, and the mind believes whatever it hears the most. A common example, you want the habit of waking early. Day 1, you fail and oversleep. If you beat yourself up and quit, you strengthen the belief that you cannot change. If you simply get up immediately the next morning, you strengthen the opposite belief. Discipline is not about never falling. It is about standing up fast without whining. Habits are your shield against temptation. With the right habits, you do not need motivation every day. You just run the program. You do not ask, do I feel like it today? You do it because it is what you do, like brushing your teeth. You do not need motivation to brush your teeth. You do it because it is part of who you are. The Stoic gets it. Victory comes not from rare, massive actions, but from small, consistent ones. The workouts when you are tired, the study hours when you do not want to, the times you say no to the easy path. That is when you are winning the inner war. Each small win is a hammer strike against the wall of laziness, holding you back. Look back at the last 30 days. Are you building strong habits or weak ones? Where are your repetitions taking you? Do you want a life you're proud of? Then see each day as a brick. That brick can be laid high or low. Place it right long enough, and you will build a fortress no one can break. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect. It is proof that you believe your future deserves today's effort. When you choose discipline, you choose to carry the weight of your own life. You do not hand your fate to random emotions. You write it with repeated action. One day, you will look back and realize what once gave you headaches is now instinct. What once scared you is now your strength. What once made you quit now makes you proud. That is the reward for those who dare to stay consistent. Now practice a simple but powerful move. Choose one small action to repeat every day for the next 7 days. Just one. One push-up, 5 minutes of reading, 2 minutes of meditation. Every time you do it, you are sending a signal to your brain, this is my new identity. Question for you, do you want your life built by randomness or by the habits you chose? If you are ready to act even when you do not feel like it, comment, I take action even when I do not want to. Law 6, pain is your coach. How many times have you said in your head, I wish this were easier? You want a straight road with no obstacles, no failures, no criticism. But here is what you need to know. Every time you wish life were easier, you are wishing yourself weaker. Only difficulty creates strength. Only challenge trains your inner world, and only pain reveals who you really are. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle is the way. What stands in your path is not there to stop you. It is the test that makes you stronger. When life throws hardship at you, it is not trying to destroy you. It is training you. It is putting you in the mental gym where your spiritual muscles get micro tears so they can rebuild far stronger." Look back at the hardest moments of your life: unemployment, breakups, failures, betrayal, being underestimated. When you got through them, did you not become someone different? Stronger, calmer, more resilient. You did not want those things to happen, but without them, you would not be who you are now. Pain teaches what comfort never could. When you lift weights, you create tiny tears in your muscles. Those tears are exactly what make the muscle grow. Your inner life works the same way. Every time you are pushed to your limit, every time you face adversity, every time you rise after a fall, you expand the capacity of your soul. No pain, no growth, no hardship, no strength. Many people hate pain so much that they run from it for a lifetime. They reject opportunities because they fear failing. They avoid hard conversations because they fear conflict. They refuse big goals because they fear missing the mark. They live so safely that when they look back, there is nothing to be proud of. Life did not knock them out. Ease weakened them from the inside, and Stoicism does not tell you to ignore feelings or pretend pain is not real. It teaches you to see pain as a strict coach. You may hate him in the moment, but you will thank him later. Change the way you look at pain, and everything changes. When you meet adversity and say, thank you, this is the lesson I need, you stop being a victim. You become a student ready to grow. Think of great warriors. They do not grow strong on easy days. They grow strong on the days they think they cannot take another step. Their strength is forged in failure, in tears, and in long nights when nobody knows they are fighting not to collapse. Here's a simple, real example. You want a better body, but the workout hurts. You want a stronger career, but new projects make you anxious. You want a deeper relationship, but honest conversations sometimes hurt. Everything you want waits behind the pain you are avoiding. Life is asking you every day, will you endure to claim what you dream of? Pain is the most honest test of your desire. If you quit as soon as it hurts, you did not want it enough. If you keep going while it hurts, you are about to meet a new version of yourself. Quitters stay where it is comfortable. The committed keep moving forward even if they must crawl on a road of stone. The Stoic mindset is powerful. If something comes to me, it was designed for me to become better. That is not empty comfort. It is where science and philosophy meet. Your body, mind, and life grow only under external load. Adversity is the strongest load there is. Remember this. You are not tested to be destroyed. You are tested to be upgraded. If you look at pain and ask, why me? You will harvest bitterness. If you ask, what is this strengthening in me? You will harvest power. No one can live for you. No one can suffer for you, but you will enjoy every benefit of that resilience. One day, you will look back at the trials that nearly broke you and say, thank you for being hard, because without that, I would not have the backbone I have today. A warrior does not pray for the enemy to disappear. A warrior prays to be stronger than the enemy. A Stoic does not beg life to lighten the load. A Stoic asks for broader shoulders, and because they grow stronger, life must yield before them. Now practice. When something difficult happens today, pause for 1 second and ask, what is this training in me? Patience, courage, focus, equanimity. Each question is a hammer strike forging your will. Question for you. Do you want to run from pain and live forever in weakness? Or will you use pain as the blade that clears your way forward? If you are ready to face hardship and turn it into strength, comment, I grow from pain. Law 7. Negative thoughts die when you act. How many times have you overthought so much that you could not do anything at all? You make plans, calculate, imagine, then fear. You let your mind produce hundreds of worst-case scenes until your legs cannot move. The longer you think, the more you believe you cannot. That is the trap of negative thinking. It freezes you, and that paralysis becomes the proof that you are weak. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be willing to be thought foolish. We fear action because we fear being imperfect. We fear judgment. We fear being wrong. But doing nothing is the greatest mistake. Even small actions create progress. Inaction creates only regret. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have you let pass because you wanted a little more time to think? How many times did you prepare everything, then step back at the start because of fear? How many dreams have you buried because you sat there scripting failure in your head? You are not lacking ability. You are lacking a first step. Here's the truth many are not brave enough to accept. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. You will never feel confident until you begin. Each time you act, you send your brain the message that you are capable. Each time you hesitate, you send the message that you cannot. Your mindset is built from evidence. What evidence are you creating? Stoicism teaches that discipline must come before inspiration. Do not wait to feel ready. That day never comes. In reality, action is what makes you ready. Once you start, things become clearer. Fear fades as you advance. You realize the scariest thing was your imagination. A very real example. You want to go to the gym, but you fear people laughing at you. You fear being weak. You fear not knowing the machines. So you delay. A week, a month, a year, but if you just walk in once and begin a simple routine, you discover that nobody cares. Everyone is focused on their own path. Action cuts the fear that thinking feeds. Another example, you want to start a business, but you fear losing money and being called delusional. You think so long that the chance passes. If you would just take one small step, build the first product, find the first customer, you would have real data instead of clouds of speculation. Action does not need to be perfect. It needs to be real. Ideas are cheap, plans are easy, action is valuable. Average people talk, think, and dream. Warriors do. Each action is an attack on negative thinking. Each hesitation is a surrender to it. Your brain tries to save energy. Thinking is easy and familiar, so the brain picks thinking over doing. But action is what rewires your brain toward confidence and control. The more you act, the stronger the circuits of decisiveness become. The more you delay, the more fear takes over. The Stoic stays practical. No complaining about difficulty, no grand speeches about what will be done. They simply begin, then continue, and continue again. No show, no waiting for applause. Results will speak for them. Their silence is worth more than loud boasting. Have you noticed that even tiny actions make you feel better? You run for 5 minutes, you read 2 pages, you tidy one corner of the desk, you answer one important email. Each small deed makes you feel more capable. That is your proof that action is the antidote to procrastination and negativity. Imagine doing 5 small actions a day. In 1 month, that is 150 actions. In 1 year, over 1,800 actions. Small moves compound into big outcomes. You do not need a giant leap. You need steady steps. Remember, fear does not disappear while you sit and think. It disappears while you move. Insecurity is not soothed by theory. It is healed by experience. You cannot learn to swim by staring at the water. You must get in. You must let your survival instinct wake up in reality. Now practice something simple. Right now, pause for 5 seconds and think of one task you have been avoiding. Not the perfect task, not the biggest task, the one you can do immediately. When this video ends, do it. Do not wait for inspiration. Do not wait for the right moment. Do it because action is the only thing that can save you from negative thinking. Question for you. Said, will you keep allowing fear to choose your life? Or will you let action speak? If you are ready to move, even while your heart still shakes, comment. My action is bigger than my fear. Part 4. You have entered the 1% of elite warriors. You made it here. Not because you clicked by accident, not because you were bored. You are still here because you refused to remain who you were. You refused to live with a weak mindset. You refused to let fear run your life. This very moment proves it. You belong to the rare 1% who face the truth about themselves. Most people quit in the first few minutes. They want comfort. They want gentle words. They want change without paying the price. You are not like them. You kept going. You accepted hard truths. You dared to stare at your own limits. You stepped into the territory most people fear the most: responsibility. If you feel something shifting inside, it is not a coincidence. It is your inner life waking up. It is the strongest part of you rising after years of being drowned out. It is the warrior in you reclaiming your voice. And warriors do not accept victimhood. Warriors do not hide behind excuses. Warriors do not wait for permission to begin their lives. You have spent years letting negative thoughts drain your energy. You once believed your emotions told the truth about you. You once treated anxiety as reality. You once let other people control your reactions. You once compared and felt inferior. You once quit when things got hard. And you once stood still long enough to feel life slipping through your fingers. Today is different. Today, you took back control. You chose discipline over motivation. You chose action over waiting. You chose to face things instead of running. You chose growth over safety. Those choices are small, but they are undeniable signs that you no longer belong to the crowd that folds. Etch this truth into your mind. Most people are beaten by their emotions. Most people live by comparison. Most people blame life. Most people retreat at the first pain, but you are different. By staying here until this moment, you have proven you are ready to step away from the crowd. You are ready to do the hard thing they will not do. You have listened and learned that life will not come back to apologize for being difficult. Challenges will not vanish because you complain. Only one thing changes everything. You change the way you face life. You choose to become the driver, not the passenger. You begin to walk like a person with a mission, a person with purpose, a person who knows their worth. From now on, you will not call yourself weak. You will not let the negative voice lead. You will not live the life of fear. You will live the life of strength. Every action you take from today on is a declaration that you have changed, a declaration that you deserve a life you are proud of, a declaration that you will never return to the weak habits of your past. Place your hand on your chest right now. Take the deepest breath you can. Say in your mind, or say it out loud if you dare, I am the winner of my own battles. I command the thoughts I choose to believe. I am responsible for every action I take. I will never abandon myself again. You are standing at a fork in the road. One path leads back to the safe and familiar where nothing changes. The other leads to the place worthy of your potential, where you will fight, sweat, and embrace challenge. You already know which path is yours. No one can walk it for you. But one small step will change everything. You do not need to wait another second to become your strongest self. That journey began the moment you decided to keep watching. It will continue every day in tiny choices, in repeated decisions, in the bold actions you take. Believe this: you were not born for a dim life. You were born to make an impact, to be your own pillar, to stand tall in the storm and prove you're not easily broken, to make your past wonder how you became this strong. You do not need anyone's approval. Your transformation will speak for itself. They may not understand what you're doing now, but when the results arrive, they will not be able to deny it. That is the warrior's way. Work in silence, let victory make the noise. You are ready to join the rare group, those who forge themselves into steel, those who thank pain, those who do not retreat from difficulty, those who do not live by excuses, but by discipline. You have come too far to turn back. If you made it here, you are nothing like the average viewer. You have stepped into the 1% of elite warriors. Now prove it with action. Part 5. Let your victory speak. If you have watched this far, you are no longer the same person. You have decided to forge yourself into steel. You have decided not to let negative thinking lead the way. And you have decided that this life is yours to build, not yours 2. Endure. Do not keep this change to yourself. Let the world see the stronger version of you rising. If this message hit home, tap like so I know you are still in the fight. Drop your own affirmation right now to mark the change. I am a warrior of the mind. Share this video with a friend who needs to wake up the way you did today. And if you want to keep building the unshakable version of yourself, hit subscribe. This is only the beginning. Do not turn off the video and slip back into the old you. Your next choice is what truly defines you. When this video ends, do one small action you have been delaying. One step is enough to shatter negative thinking. Warriors do not talk much. Warriors act, stand tall, lift your head, and move forward like the only person in control of your life. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do not ask for permission. You are ready.